ladies and gentlemen, our next performer is going to do some spoken word stuff for you. She's been all over New York City, and we want to welcome her to our stage. Put your hands together. Welcome Puma Perl.
Yeah! Woo!
Thank you. Thank you everybody for doing this, and because this is in support of people affected by the hurricane, I'm going to do a set about Coney Island, which is my second favorite neighborhood next to right here. First one is riding the Wonder Wheel. We'd wait for a swinging car, smoke a joint on the way up, make out like maniacs when we reached the top. The ride would end and we'd tumble out in weak-kneed passion, light cigarettes with hot fingers and shaking hands, throw ourselves across boardwalk benches, rats scurrying by, old men jerking off. We didn't care. Our skin was melting. September came, the rides closed. We climbed up the fire escape. Your mother was sleeping on her plastic-covered couch. We stayed in your room for hours. It seemed like days. But doing it in your bed never even came close to those first Wonder Wheel kisses. Rocking in the clouds, Coney Island a roar beneath our happy feet. This was for the Mermaid Parade, the best day of the year.
Hell yeah!
We hung out on the roof at Cha-Cha's watching the Mermaid Parade. This is my favorite day of the year, said Danny, snapping pictures with a camera recently lifted from the trunk of a Buick. They need mambo mermaids, I said, as zombie mermaids and vampire mermaids sauntered by. He ignored me, entranced by glittery pasties and thousands of tits. I had met Danny at the Siren Festival. You can be my Coney Island baby, was the first thing he told me. While the New York Dolls played, and then we danced straight down Surf Avenue, all the way to Seagate, where he rented a room from a bunch of rabbis. We'd been together almost a year. You don't need calendars on the boardwalk. Time is measured by cyclone screams, sideshows, wooden horses, by two shadows on the sand, by memories of striped chairs and thunderbolt rides. We climbed down the stairs. Danny tried to steal an antique car, but nobody took him seriously. Coney Island kids paraded in wigs left behind by the drunken mermaids who now littered the streets, pasties lost, breasts drooping. This is the best day of the year, said Danny, as we drank warm beer and headed towards the after parties. We were never invited, but it was the best day of the year, and we weren't worried about a thing. The last beach day for Tony O'Neill. He stands at the water's edge in his oversized red trunks, immovable, a scared little mountain. His sisters coax him into the waves. He screams, retreats to the safety of the sand. Cautiously he kneels. Sea ripples over his tiny hands. He smiles and tells me his name, Abraham. Sand swirls, sticks to me like sprinkles. 5 o'clock and I am still on Murder Mile. Tales of methanol, dope fiends, love and redemption. Not a false word lies beneath the pond. High tides will wait. I sleep in someone's dream. The wind wakes me and I go, crossing Mermaid Avenue, a chair beneath my arm like a surfboard. The green-eyed man nods in his wheelchair. Stevie Wonder flows through his veins. A car rusts in the Coney Island sun. The icy man pushes his cart home, looking tired after a cocoa lime day. I can still taste the cool sweetness, still feel the heat of the last night. Once there was me, once there was you, and we have all vanished as quickly as an August afternoon. After the last beach day, the green-eyed man left the garden. Abraham talks to the waves. Seagulls wait, patiently, staring down the rocks. A girl dances alone, hair coiled like shells. Behind dark glasses, I crave cigarettes, anger, sugar, drugs, revenge. Soon, doors will lock in 5 o'clock darkness, summer destroyed and forgotten. I carry my chair like a surfboard, unbalanced. My mother called me dropsy, and you don't call me anything. Abraham and the green-eyed man are gone. Promises are sandstorms. My lips are scarred but unsealed. With nothing to lose, I drive home. Coney Island, November. He leaves the sounds of a concrete boardwalk trailing behind him, and I dream. And I dream of bass players in Coney Island, and broken benches in Coney Island. And I dream of warm peaches in Coney Island, and burlesque babes in Coney Island. And I dream of Coney Island, and I wake, hands filled with pussy. Unsatisfying, but I go on, because progress must continue. Last one, Coney Island Pantoon. Sky breaks and falls. I turn to him. Do you remember Coney Island Saturdays? We danced on the boardwalk. I turn to him, lips pressed against his back. We danced on the boardwalk. It never rained, not once. Lips pressed against his back, unmoving. It never rained, not once. My words like lightning, unmoving, except for the thunder. My words like lightning, crackle and burn, except for the thunder. Morning sounds, crackle and burn, dream, morning sounds. Do you remember Coney Island Saturdays? Dream, sky, breaks and falls. Thank you.
Hey, what do you guys say? That's Puma Perl, Puma Perl. Let's hear it, everybody. Hey, Frank, get up here and say something, will you?
All right, welcome to the R Bar, the Fuck You Sandy benefit. We got a lot of shit coming on. Let's hear it for Puma Perl. Woo! We got a lot of stuff here tonight. Holy shit. You know, I don't know if any of you have been out there, like, I'm down by the Jersey Shore. It's like the Stone Pony's the only thing left standing.
Yeah!
It's like, it reminds me of the 80s when all the crack and all that other shit went down, and they tore down everything. They tore down Mom's, they tore down Julio's, they tore down the Empress, and all that was left standing was the Stone Pony. And then the gays came in and built up Asbury Park to make it fucking awesome, right? And then the hurricane came in and said, fuck you, and all that's left is the Stone Pony, all right? But we'll build it up again. Along with Long Island, friends of mine. The boardwalk used to be in front of our house, now it's behind our house. You know, friends have lost houses and homes. You know, some of us were inconvenienced with like no cable, no electric. There are people out there with no fucking homes, man. No heat, no hot water, no nothing. Lost every fucking thing. You know, I just came from a church in Brooklyn where it's a madhouse, Occupy Sandy Church. I was there for a funeral, but it's also an Occupy Sandy Church, and the place is packed with like boxes and boxes of stuff going out, food, clothes, you know, diapers, you know, shit that, you know, we don't even think about all the time. Stuff that these people need. All right, we got a lot, so everything you give tonight will help in alleviating some people's pain.